Morning. Welcome to the first greenhouse that I built. This is where I grow tomatoes. I grow them in these two beds on the sides, and in the middle one we grow cucumbers. So it's the fourth year that I grow tomatoes, and last year I got this amazing harvest. And some people asked me to do a video about what I do. So I'm still learning, of course, but I got this great harvest and the tomatoes taste fantastic. So I just want to tell you, I focus on a few things that I learned, and I'm sure there's a lot more to learn, but this is what I do. Okay, so because I grow tomatoes in the same beds every year, I know that I have to add a lot of energy. I don't have numbers or anything. I just add a lot of stuff into the soil. And I do this, I start with this in January. So in here, I dig deep holes into the soil and I add dried leaves. That's what I do. And then I add manure. Right, and it's chicken manure and it's rabbit manure. Maybe you can see this one. See? Rabbit manure. And apparently this is like gold. And, see how it dissolves like this. And when you add water, of course, it will dissolve and get to the plants, to the roots. So I just add a lot of it. Of course, because the tomatoes are taking out a lot of energy from the soil, you have to add lots. So I just think big with it, and when I think there's enough, I just add some more, and then I focus on four things actually. First, it's calcium. Calcium, I understand, is very important for the plants, for the tomatoes, and this I do with eggshells. So in the soil there's eggshell, and I just see here's a leaf actually. Right. Okay, so eggshells, I just add it constantly, and it from what I understand, it takes a long time for eggshells to dissolve, so I just add it. And then it's phosphorus. Phosphorus is the only thing that I buy. Very important for the fruit. This is what I understand. And so when I plant the tomatoes, I add bone meal. So that's what I buy, bone meal. And I just sprinkle a little bit at the bottom of the hole and add water. And then I put the plant in there. Next thing is, of course, nitrogen. Nitrogen, what I understand, is very important for the plant to grow. And this I do with nitrogen water, which I make myself. It's very easy. You get a big bucket. I can't show you now, but I get a big bucket, put in grass clippings and water, and let it stay there for a week. And then that water becomes very rich in nitrogen. And I use that water when I water the plants, once they are planted here. Right, what else? Yes, finally, potassium, right. I do this with this pot. Well, I have lots of them. Right? And maybe you can see, maybe, there's holes in the sides of the pot. So I bury the pot into the soil deep, up to the rim. And then I put in banana peels, which is rich on potassium. That's what I do. So there's no hole in the bottom. So in the bottom there will be, when you start watering, there will be this goo of banana peel and water, right? And it's rich on potassium. And then when you water the plants, you water through the pots, and the water comes out through the holes and into the soil, and the roots will pick it up. Potassium is important for the flowers and the fruit. That's what I learned. I think I told you everything. Yes. Okay, so that's all. Be good.